Hey everyone, and happy Monday. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Remember, when you go into work this morning or you're already there, say happy Monday, everybody. Surprise everybody with, instead of happy Friday, ending your week out with a whimper. Let's not end our week out with a whimper, but let's start our week off with a peak state of mind on the top of the mountain. And let's go through this week and whip this week, baby, because you own Mondays, we own Mondays. Monday don't own us, baby. Let's take it over the top. Anyways, I didn't want to get started on that, but I was looking out and I just had a great time. Went out for a nice 5-mile run this morning. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a weekend wrap up of what I did. So, let's see here. So I was in Monterey this weekend for the Monterey Big Sur Half Marathon. It was gorgeous over there. It doesn't get better than what we had. I'm not kidding you. I know I say this a lot, and I don't mean to beat it down, but it really was. The weather was perfect. The Big Sur half. Fernando Cabada talked me into running it. I had no plans up until maybe about a month ago. He said, "Hey, want to run the Big Sur?" I'm like, But I ran it, and I thanked him yesterday before we had kind of dinner yesterday, lunch yesterday, and I said, hey, thank you for a great weekend. This half marathon, I've done a lot of halves. I don't know how many I've done, maybe 25, maybe 50. I don't know. I don't count. It's been quite a few probably, somewhere between 25 and 50, I think, half marathons. But this has got to be the most beautiful half I've ever done. And there's some hills involved, but it's nothing crazy. So if you are at all thinking about running a half marathon, say one day, kind of the bucket list type thing, this has got to be on your bucket list. This is a great first marathon. This is a great fifth marathon, 10th, 25th. It doesn't matter. This is just a great half marathon. Great half marathon. The Big Sur organization have put on a top quality, top notch half. It's got to be one of the most beautiful marathons in the country, bar none. I've done the Big Sur Marathon. It is a beautiful course, a little bit challenging, I'm not going to lie. But this Big Sur half was just, you go right through Cannery Row, right by the ocean, back. You've got to do the half. If you're ever thinking about a half, say one day I want to do a half, this has got to be your half. So put it on your bucket list for next year, put it on your list, get involved, get in early so you get a discount on the registration. So great people involved. The weather was perfect. Daniel Tapia won it. I think he did it in 103.36, I think. And then the following 5 people, all within probably 30 seconds of each other after like 104.1 to like 130 something. They're all within 30-something seconds of each other, pretty close. At that level, elite level, they're all coming in within seconds of each other. So when you see second, third, fourth, fifth place, they're very, very close. And so there was, looking at my laptop here, there was over 5,500 participants in the half marathon, over 5,500 people in the half, and it was great. So in my arena, any of you are interested, I really don't like to say this, but I was just kind of thinking about this. So in my arena, I think I came in number 9th out of, I don't know, 250 people or so. I was top 10 let's see, with all the males involved, I came at like 140 something, 143 out of maybe several thousand. So I did okay. I thought I was doing a little better than than that, but I ended up with a 134.17, 7 minute 11 second per mile. So 7:11, I really thought I could do around 7:07, 7:06. I didn't know. I don't do a lot of speed work, but I do some. Obviously, I do something. And the last couple miles, I said I'm going to turn it up. So I did. So the last mile was a 7 flat on the 13, 7:03 maybe on the 12th, the 11th mile. The 12th mile to the 13th was a 7 flat. And one of the reasons I did, I'm not going to kid, one of the reasons why I began to turn it up a little bit, one, I like doing it, but two, there was this guy that passed me probably in I want to say right around mile 8. No, around mile 8. I'm running, and he says his age, and he says, 50-year-old passing you, and he kept on going. He didn't even look. He just said it, 50-year-old passing you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna keep this dude in my sights. And there was another guy a little ahead of him. I've been seen throughout. I'm not too thin, but I'm kind of thin. But anytime I see a person that's a little heavier than me, my mind's thinking, if he's ahead of me, he's working harder than I am. And I'm thinking, suck it up, Buttercup. Adam, you got to turn it up a little bit. So when I see somebody that's heavier than me in front of me, he's working harder. So I need to step up my game and work harder, just as hard, if not harder than he is, because if I'm working just as hard as he is, then I should be ahead of him. Because my weights, just by looking at him, I know he's heavier than me. And then that 50-year-old that passed me, I couldn't believe it. He says, well, 50, I spilled some water. Hydration, let's get through with the run. He said, 50-year-old passing you. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I kept him in my blood. And that's one of the guys who motivated me. I kept him in my sights. I would not let him out of my sights. Now I didn't want to try to pass this guy too early because I thinking this guy might have a finishing kick. He might be like Meb Keflezighi or something like that. So I don't want to try to pass him and say something to him, and then he ends up passing me. So I get him in my sights. So right around mile 12, I see him. I see him. I start creeping. I was like right in back. Well, about mile 11 to mile 13. Well, mile 11, I was like creeping on him. I was like right in back of him. I knew he knew I was in back of him. I don't know if he knew it was me. So right at mile, really close to about 11 and a half, I said, okay, time to commit myself. So I took it up a notch and caught him. And what I like, so it was a little technique I used, right? So when I caught him, I didn't like just creep. I kind of like turned it up a little bit. And then boom, I blew him away, right? So to take anything that he might have had in him mentally, kind of take some of that ump away from him. Like him thinking, this dude, I'm not going to be able to catch this guy. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to take a little bit of steam away. Just be thinking he might have some more in him, I'm going to take it out of him. So that 50-year-old passing you at mile 8, passing me at mile 11 and a half, I blew the doors off, and I was going to say something. So I told Fernando the story. Fernando said, well, you should have said something to the guy. Well, I said, I don't want to say something to the guy because the guy might be like Meb Keflezighi or something like that. And they come back and beat me and say, oh, that's not going to happen. So let's go say, and then that mile 12, just in case he may have been in back of me, I turned it up a notch, and I ended up with a 7-minute flat, with 6:58, maybe a 7-minute flat for the last for the 12th to the 13th, and then from the 13th to 13.1, it was like a 6:25 or something like that. I just in case he thought thinking he might creep up on me, I wasn't gonna let that creeper creep up on me. So wham! I ran into the chute. And he never caught me. So anyways, I was thinking, do what you love. Do what you love. So that's the weekend recap. Had a great time. I was going to stay in Monterey another day, but I thought, let me come home. And got home last night, had some dinner. But as I got up this morning to run again, a little sore, so I got some compression tights on me. But I'm thinking, okay, do what you love. So I was with Fernando yesterday after he got through with busting a 104 and some change on the half, 455 average for 13.1. He was telling me, so I hung out with him. He was telling, so what's the plans here? I said, well, hey, it doesn't matter. He said, just at 4 o'clock, he was telling me, I'm going to go running again. I said, you're going to run again? He said, oh yeah, I'm going to. So he just got through with the 104 and some change, right? But his mind's thinking, I mean, he is so disciplined, this guy. I mean, I can go on and on about this guy. But just to be around him, see what he's doing. Yeah, he said 4 o'clock. The same day that he busted out a 104 in some change on the half marathon, he's going to do another run at 4 o'clock yesterday. He goes, after that, we can hang out again. I said, no, I think I'm going to roll back. So I get up this morning. I do my 5-mile run or whatever at a nice, relaxed pace. I didn't do no double day yesterday. So I was thinking, do what you love, because when you do what you love, because I was looking at my times, and that's the reason I told you my time, really. I'm looking at the laptop here. I come at top 10 at 250 people. I think at a 5,600, I may have come in like 200 and something place. So almost 6,000. I'm the top 200 and maybe 230. I'm thinking around there. And then my age group, I come in 9th. So, and then Fernando come in 6th place, and then come in that crazy world class, that elite level. And then does another one. So if you do what you love, you're going to get mighty good at it. And then you might get really great at it. And live your plan or live somebody else's plan for you. So you got 2 choices. You either live your plan and your passion, or live somebody else's plan and their passion for you. I'd rather live my own plan and in God's plan. And you guys do the same. So find out what your passion is and go for it. And I'm thinking that's the only reason I can get up at 2:30 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning when I work, and go running on the streets. By 2:40, I'm out running, like 2:40 in the morning. So why do I do this? How can I do this for so long? I've been running for a long time, 20-something years. It's because I love it. That's kind of the bottom line. I have found out what I love, like to do, not my family, of course, family, God, and everything, but to do is I love running, and I double down on it. So yeah, I'm a little sore right now from those hills. I don't usually do a lot of hills, but I get up this morning and do it again. It's because I love it. So when you do what you love, you're going to get really, really good at it. Remember, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not a single act, but of habit, of repetition. Saith Aristotle. There's something to be said about that. Common sense, right? The more you walk, the better you get at it. The more you run, the better you get at it. The more you read, the better you get at it. The more you do whatever, you're going to get pretty darn good at it. So do what you love, double down on it, and hey, you never know what it might turn out to be. So this YouTube stuff, like, okay, now I've got thousands and thousands of views. Well, how's that happen? Not just on YouTube, not including Facebook, not including Instagram and Twitter and different things like that. So how does that happen? Well, I love running, combined it with I love to motivate, and if I can inspire, not only through myself, but through others. I like to talk, obviously. I double down on it. So I've combined my running, my love for motivating, and like to talk, my love for talking. And I put it on YouTube. I double down on it, on my strengths. I have weaknesses all day long. I don't tend to concentrate on those other than trying to work on them, but I concentrate more on the positive in what I can do and what I like to do and what I love to do. So all that said, didn't mean it to turn out to, I'm like 14 minutes on. I'm trying to hurry up. I got a lot of stuff I want to do today, and I hope all you guys do. Crush this day, baby. Take it over the top. You own Mondays, baby. We own Mondays. Let's start our week off with a peak state of mind on top of the world, on top of the mountain, on the top of the mountain peak, guys. And let's crush this week, guys. And let's not go, oh, happy Friday, like we're just getting through with it. We've been beat up. No, we're going to beat up this week. We're going to take it over the top, and we're going to crush it. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.